Welcome to the Yankee, the Redneck, and the Dutchman.
Thighs and a few extra buttons.
It's too goofy of a console for you to hate. Like,
From every possible aspect, it's not that good.
Back in the day, I wasn't alive for it, but I'm sure.
there's something off about it that I just can't describe.
All right, welcome to the Yapping Show. This is it's gonna be a fun talk show about random stuff. The Yankee, the Redneck, and the Dutchman. Couldn't come up with anything better, so there you go.
It's a great name.
Today we're going to talk about video game consoles. As all of us here play video games, hopefully everyone listening plays video games. If you don't, go ahead and click off.
Goodbye.
Just kidding.
Goodbye.
Video game consoles are
Yeah.
a major part of video gaming. That's how you play the games. So I guess start with a couple questions. Do y'all all remember your first console?
Yes, I do, actually.
Yeah, I do actually.
I was...
All right. Whoever wants to.
You go first, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm the Dutchman. Yeah, no, I remember, because it was my first actual console. We had like one of those toy consoles that plays like some knockoff Cars video game, right? But my first real console was the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, and we got it during that time when they were like impossible to get. So we were walking down the store, me and my parents, and eventually they saw the thing, and they were like, "Oh my god, these kids like the Wii, and we can play bowling or whatever. We should get it." And I was there, and I genuinely still remember. I was like a little child, and I still remember seeing that Wii on the shelf and being like, "Oh my god, it's a Wii!" And that's how.
Was it the first gen? So it had all the
Yeah.
GameCube
It
attachments.
It has the GameCube attachment. You can do everything with it. It came with Mario Kart, I think.
Well, let's go. You got the little plastic thing to hold your controller.
Yes. It was
Wii
amazing.
controller.
I've shockingly never played Mario Kart Wii somehow.
Really?
I've had, my cousin gave me a Wii when I was younger. That's one of my first, not my first console, but it was it's up there with one of the first I ever got. But I loved the Wii. I
Same.
thought the motion control idea was very cool.
Yeah. And they were like the only ones to get it right, because in all the other consoles, it kind of felt clunky, but the Wii just did it perfectly.
Yeah, the Kinect, we'll get there if we got time.
We get there.
It and the PlayStation Move. The PlayStation Move was okay. I think I used it like once in my life.
Yeah,
it was fine.
It wasn't really needed ever.
But the Wii knew was up. And then whenever they added Wii Motion Plus, so you had the gyroscope and everything.
Yeah. Oh, that was insane. I love how
Yeah.
you talk about the Kinect like a disappointed teacher to a bad student. Like, I'll talk to you later. We'll talk about the Kinect later.
It's true. If we get a chance. All right. Well, the Wii, I loved the Wii though.
Yeah, good console.
2006, good year. I was 3, totally had it then. No, but I still think it's top 5 most selling consoles of all time. It's up there because it was one.
Yeah,
It was one, and every family had one somehow.
Yeah, no, it was hugely
I
popular.
think it's still in the top 5.
Yeah, must be.
It is very user accessible, very family friendly. So
I mean,
I felt like everyone had one.
Yeah.
Whenever you'd go to their house and you'd play Wii Sports one way or another or something. But I loved the Wii. That's how I first got introduced to one of my personal favorite games, Twilight Princess.
Of
course, that came out on the GameCube at the same time, but that was the game, that besides Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, that was the Zelda game that truly got me, into the series besides those two. And it's my personal favorite of the series. But
It's fun. Twilight
yeah, the
Princess
Wii.
for the Wii was weird. That was really funny.
Yeah, it was because I think Link is normally left-handed.
Yeah.
So they mirrored it so he's right-handed because everyone in the world's right-handed. But the issue is I'm left-handed. So
Yeah,
broke out.
Oh,
Damn.
word?
We got a true left-hander over here.
Listen here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
everyone had a Wii.
Yep.
So
KB fan, what was your first console then?
My first console, if I can recall, it was either two. It was two consoles I can remember having when I was very young. It was like a mini Sega, like a Sega Genesis before like it really boomed, but it was like one of the crappy ones you find at the dollar store. Like I don't know like how to describe it. Like it has some like 6 built-in games if I can recall, with one of them being Sonic 2, and I played the ever living crap out of Sonic 2, and it's one of my
it was a
favorite games
plug and
of all
play?
time.
Was it?
I think so. Like I don't know. I don't remember like what it was specifically called, but I remember it was like a small red Sega Genesis.
I mean, the Genesis itself
like aside
wasn't
from that,
big. Oh wait.
yeah, but this thing was like
Oh.
I really wish I still had it. Like I don't know where it went, but like it was small. It was like small and red, like cherry red.
Damn. And
Cherry Red, oh my.
Yeah,
Was it actually by Sega?
Yeah.
Or was it like some third party you
It had
never heard
Sega
of in your life?
It had some Sega licensing on it. Like it had like the Sega logo on it, so I assume it was legit.
did it play like actual cartridges?
And it had like
too?
some Sega. That is a good question. Like, I cannot remember, dude. Like that was so long ago. Like I feel like I'm trying to think, dude. I gotta do some research tonight and find that one so I can show you guys later. But
that'd be cool.
aside from
if
that,
you can find the picture, pop up right here, editor, with the console. There you go.
Actually, I have found something.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's only a red controller. Never mind.
So I guess we can jump into the Genesis. I actually own an actual Genesis. I own one of the
Alright,
first generation ones.
Mr. Fancy over here.
Listen here. But the Genesis is a weird console. The original Genesis, I don't know about the second gen one, but the original, Genesis had the circular thing kind of on there. I think it's called Mark 1. I think they called it Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3.
Yeah.
I had the Mark 1.
Wow.
It has a volume slider on it. You can actually plug in headphones to it.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
It was very I never used it. I don't even know if the slider on mine works still, but it was a very interesting console.
That's cool.
Back in the day, I wasn't alive for it, but I'm sure we've all seen, Sega does when Nintendo don't, stuff like that. The Bit Wars.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty cool. I always thought the Genesis came out in the 90s. I didn't realize
it's 80s,
Sega beat Nintendo to the 16-bit era by like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I believe the Super Nintendo was a direct response
Really?
to the Genesis. It was a direct, because they were content with keeping on selling the NES, but then the Genesis came out and they were like, oh no, we got to do something about this, and out comes the SNES.
Yeah. I only have 2 Genesis games, like the physical ones. I have Sonic 3D, not 3D. No, it is 3D. 3D Blast, the weird isometric game.
Oh, with the balls and.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
It's it's not good. And then I have the original Sonic, which is
nice.
You can't go wrong with that game.
Absolutely not.
But what sucks about my Genesis is I don't think either the AV port on it is cooked or otherwise, so I have to plug it in through I don't know if y'all have ever had to do this. I have a CRTV, so it has the metal prongs in the back. Basically, I had to screw it in into the coaxial input.
Yeah, no, I've had to do that.
Yeah, with the.
I had to screw it in through the
Oh my
coaxial
God, yeah, I've
input
had to
and
do
then
that.
change the TV channel to match what channel it's on.
Yeah, like channel.
Oh yeah,
free and
no.
stuff was.
Yeah, and that's the only way I can get my Genesis to work. And it does, but it's not a bad console by any means.
Yeah, I don't.
It has some
Genesis is a
great
pretty
games on it.
console.
You had all the Sonics.
Mhm.
No.
Really, a lot of the games that are on the Super Nintendo were on there, but just with different music because different sound chips.
And with
that,
and Mortal Kombat.
unless it's Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
With the blood.
I'm trying to think of other only Genesis games. I don't know. There's some more out there.
Yeah.
Let me see. See if I can get a little list here.
Wasn't one of the NASCAR games Sega
Alex.
exclusive? I don't know.
I think maybe there was. I think it was Kyle Pay's No Fear Racing.
Yeah, something like that was Sega.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That or was.
Oh no, never mind.
Or it was Daytona.
So here's the best-selling Genesis games.
Yeah, no, it was.
So Sonic has 1 and 2 on lockdown.
Yeah, no, it was Daytona
NBA
USA.
Jam was on the Genesis. That's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
All the Mortal Kombats, Street Fighter, Altered Beast. That's a good one.
Yeah.
There were some Maddens on there. There were some good games for sure on the Genesis. But as someone that I also own a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
We can jump to that now. I have both consoles, and I can rightfully say, after playing both, the Super Nintendo's better. I think it just has a better collection of games. I think the controller is better.
Oh yeah, no, I can agree with that.
Yeah, but the Super Nintendo was just so strong.
I think the sound chip that they used in the Super Nintendo is better. I don't know how they managed to, the Genesis was that raspy, but it's like the Super Nintendo sounded like it was like digitized orchestra. I don't know how Nintendo managed to do it. I know they have some special sound chip, but yeah.
No.
And then what they were able to do with Star Fox, have that early 3D. They really
that was really
with
impressive
that.
for the time.
Yeah. Now the only thing that always pissed me off a bit about Nintendo during that era was you had, as you said earlier in the episode, the Genesis does what Nintendo don't commercials, alright? And it's so Nintendo could have responded so easily because it's just you just say Nintendo is what Genesis isn't, and they never did, and it pisses me off. Do something. And but yeah, no, in terms of console, the Super Nintendo was great, absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
and
library.
I hate to say, looking at the sales and what people play nowadays, Sega's only truly successful console is the Genesis, which is kind of sad to think about. Because they had some really the Dreamcast. I would love to have a Dreamcast. There were some really, really good games on the Dreamcast, but it just didn't. In a market with, I think it was. Let me see. I think the Dreamcast was 98. Let me see.
Yeah, that was. Way too late
with
to
a
be
market
coming out with
when
the Dreamcast.
the PS2,
It was 1998. So at the time, the market was the PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64. That was the competition, and that was some pretty. That was some pretty unfortunate competition because both of those consoles are just better in every single way.
And the problem
but
is,
at the same time, the Dreamcast was no slump.
No, actually, on many accounts, the Dreamcast was like a full generation ahead of the N64 and PS1. But the second that you had the PS2 come out, it was over, basically. Because they couldn't compete anymore with the generation.
We'll get to the PS2 soon, for sure.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
I know there was a canceled Sega console in there. So there was the Genesis, the Saturn, which was 95. Really, the Saturn was the Neptune, and that was supposed to be the middle ground. I don't remember what
a 32-bit console.
Yeah, that would have been
because the Saturn was
replacement
DD, I think, right? That was DVD or whatever.
I
Disc.
don't know.
Let me see.
Maybe.
No.
like
Yeah, maybe because they had the Sega CD, of course, on the Genesis, so they made. No,
Yeah,
they
they
might
have
have gone on.
so the Saturn was 32-bit. What sucks is so the Saturn I think
Yeah.
came out in 95.
Yeah,
So that's the same year as
Yeah,
the
no, and
PlayStation.
they
yeah, but you can't win
Mhm.
that with a 32-bit console. You can't win.
No,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
basically
And what makes it worse was, what made it worse was when they announced it. They announced that it would come out that same day they were announcing it. So it was like a whole mess, like trying to get the Saturn because it was coming out that same day they were announcing it. So yeah,
yeah, I'd love to have a Saturn someday, just see what it's like, because it just sucks. It came out in 95, I believe, and that was the same year as the PS1.
wait, no, wait,
So you're already the
no, didn't the
PlayStation 1
PS1
comes
come out in
out.
'94?
Either way, it was about a year off or same year,
Yeah.
but it was outdated when it
enough, yeah.
released.
Yeah,
Because then the Nintendo 64
Yeah.
came out the
Year
next year,
later,
'96.
like the thing is,
So
well,
you're already
Yeah.
cooked.
yeah, because the fun thing with the Genesis, of course, they were a leap ahead with in terms of bits, basically. And then a few years later, they're behind on Nintendo. It was genuinely
Yeah,
they fumbled that lead. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And then you have before the Genesis, you have the Master System, or
Yeah,
wasn't the Master System
Yeah.
called something else in Europe? What is it called for UKR?
I genuinely don't know. I've never seen one called anything other than the
Mega
Master
Drive. I think it's
System.
called. Isn't it? No, that's
Yeah,
the
no.
Genesis. The Mega Drive's the Genesis.
Oh, that's for the
isn't it?
Genesis.
Yeah,
Oh.
was it called the Mega Drive in Europe? KR, do you know?
Oh yeah, no, I remember. It was called the Mega Drive, I believe, in Japan as well, but because they couldn't call it that in the US, they had to change the American name to Genesis.
That's right. Yeah, it says it's the Mega Drive outside
Yeah.
of North America.
Yeah. I don't know. I still see more often referred to as a Genesis than a Mega Drive, quite honestly. Probably because
Yeah.
that's the more popular name.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never got to play a Master System or anything. I know that was at the time pretty cool, but the NES just kind of smashed
Oh yeah.
the Master System to
Yeah.
pieces.
But the Master System was like Sega still
yeah.
starting out, The Genesis was them at
Yeah.
their full potential, at their full peak.
And
Yeah.
what sucks is once again the Genesis is really their only successful console.
Yeah, it was all down from
Um,
there.
Yeah. No. Like.
I don't know. They were always
Yeah.
just,
No.
they were ahead at the times, and after that they were always behind for some reason. So it just never worked.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
the PlayStation coming in
Oh yeah.
really that kind of
Oh yeah.
shot
no,
them.
Yeah.
Because I love the PlayStation.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone
I've always
could
been.
have
Oh yeah. No. The PlayStation was awesome.
Yeah, I don't think anyone just could have predicted the success of the PS1 in like its first year or so. No one could have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Because
no.
I don't know how much
Oh, yeah,
different
no,
history
no.
would have gone for video games if Nintendo and Sony
Yeah.
worked it out, and that fully just was a attachment for the Super Nintendo,
Yeah. I think Sega
or
still
its
would've-
own
Yeah.
console.
I think Sega still would have eventually faded out. They were just not
Yeah.
there anymore.
Especially because eventually then Microsoft came in,
Yeah.
and then that just
Yeah.
you're not going to survive.
Yeah.
It's a 3-man race, and being a fourth man in a 3-man race, you're going to lose.
You can't do it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, Microsoft itself is also kind of losing
know,
with the Xboxes
it's
right
hard.
now. It's not going great for
Yeah.
them either.
There's.
But
Well,
like 2-man race.
That's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah. No.
But yeah, no, I see what
Yeah.
you
That's a. Yeah. That's a whole.
I've
nother
always been a
story.
PlayStation guy.
Same.
We can go to my first console now.
Oh, yeah, good one.
My first console was the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
classic.
And it was just
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I also had PS2.
Same.
it's my all-time favorite console.
Mhm.
It has fantastic games. I thought out of that generation it was the best. I think the GameCube probably might have better exclusives, but that's just because it's Nintendo. But the
Mhm.
PS2 is just what games it had on it. Its exclusives were great. You have the entire Ratchet and Clank series. You have Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper.
Yeah. The PS.
Crash was no longer a
God of
PlayStation
War.
exclusive anymore.
No,
Yeah,
they-
you'd got God of
They
War.
killed him.
Um,
They killed
the
Crash.
PS2 introduced so many good
Yeah.
game series.
It is genuinely.
Um,
I mean, there's a reason
Yeah.
it's the best-selling console of all time. I mean, check your couch
Yeah.
cushions. There might be one in
Oh,
between
yeah,
there,
no.
but There's
Great
so
games.
many of them.
I think they sold. Are they at 1 billion? I feel like
Well, I mean, every time Nintendo
or 100 million. I don't know.
Every time the Nintendo Switch gets close, they find another few million. So,
Yeah.
they're at a
Yeah,
good
they-
number right
yeah,
now.
They find, yeah, they'll be fine.
You see
Yeah.
every time you see like the Nintendo Switch has sold even more consoles. Like a week later, you see PlayStation reports even more PS2 sold. It was genuinely really good. 160 million sales for the PS2.
Jeez.
Genuinely, everyone
I-
had one.
I own 2.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no.
I've had one. No, mine broke.
I
Actually.
own 6. I think I own like 4 or 6 of them.
The port
And-
connected to the TV broke on mine, so that's a shame.
Dang.
But it was our fault. It was not the console
Yeah,
fault.
no,
We
um,
abused the poor thing. But
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And going back to the,
Yeah,
the
no,
PS1, that was a
Yep.
fun console as well.
For
It had
sure.
a lot of Gran Turismo, Crash, Bandicoot,
I love-
Spyro.
I love Crash Bandicoot.
Pyro. Mm-hmm.
Spyro.
But it's
Crash
pretty cool if
Bandicoots
you
are
look
cool.
at the original PS1 controller
Mhm.
without the DualShock, the analog sticks.
Yeah.
It looks like a Super Nintendo controller still. You
Yeah.
can tell.
That's what it
they
was
kinda
based
just-
on,
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen
Yeah, you could tell they still just used whatever they had left from when they were teamed up with Nintendo.
When they make
We're like,
the
"Here you go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all they did was give a Super Nintendo controller thighs and a few extra buttons.
Like thighs.
Yeah. And change the
They
button-
use
and
thighs. I
change-
don't know what to tell you.
No, true. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me
Hmm?
if that's essentially what that controller for that CD thing was going to be as well. Just a Super Nintendo controller, but with like the handhold thing, thighs, as you say, and a few extra buttons. It wouldn't surprise me if it would have looked more like
Yeah.
a regular Super Nintendo controller, but I feel like the PS1 controller, that's
Mhm.
basically what it would be.
Yeah.
And then they kept that same controller design for 3 consoles. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah. Well, it
it's
still
such
was a good
a
design, though. Like, they just add more stuff to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Eventually, they had to add too much stuff to it, and that's when the PS4 came with the new controller.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did the
and that's
same
still good.
controller for 3 consoles.
Yeah, but it's a good design. I don't mind it. It's a good design.
Yeah, I mean,
But they were doing. I think
the
they were doing a
PS3
little too
controller,
much.
What we have now,
Go ahead.
as I was saying, I think like the current PS3 controller we have now is better than the one we were originally going to have. Because I don't know if you guys know about the Boomerang controller that was originally going alongside the PS3.
I think I've seen that. Hold on, let me. I think I've seen that. It was really.
Yeah, look, yeah, no, like
I
it
remember.
has like it had really long grips. Like,
Yeah, and then they got scared of it, and then they were like, "Okay, fine, we'll do the original." Oh yeah, the boomerang. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. I'll put a picture up. That was
Yeah.
was atrocious. That's why they. I think.
yeah, no, thank God.
Yeah, I'm very happy they went with a classic DualShock on that one. Man, I remember playing PS3 on like those like consoles in stores where you could play like one game. For us, it was always like the FIFA soccer games because that's popular here, and you could
Yeah.
play that, and then you had like the controllers like fully attached to the console, so you couldn't steal them. We had one, and I remember that's how I first played a PS3, like that. I played like it had like Burnout
Yeah, no.
3 and it had FIFA, and I played both.
Yeah, they.
You know,
I love the
weirdly
PS2.
enough, I did not play a PS3 until 2019. I didn't play.
Huh.
I didn't try PS3 until 2019,
That's kind of late.
and I liked it. Like, I fell in
PS3
love with it, and
You could have a whole episode talking about the PS3. It was such a.
Oh yeah.
I have the Super Slim with the sliding door, but I would love to get. I'm still
That-
searching. I want to get an original PS3 with all the PS2
Oh,
crap thrown into it,
mhm.
the 4 USB slots.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember the
If-
PS3
if-
is such
Mhm.
a great. It started out so bad, not as a console bad, but like it was broken and there were no games, and it eventually turned out to be such a great console. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it needed some work,
Yeah.
and
And it-
Sony
and a cheaper
worked on
price
it, and
tag.
it
They did.
And they did, yeah.
They cut the price down. They made it a lot more appealing.
They made the Slim and the Super.
And
Slim
we got some.
versions.
And we got. Yep. And we got more games for it. God of War 3, The Last of Us, the Uncharted series,
Yeah. Personal
Little
favorite
Big
of mine
Planet,
is the
etc.
Burnout franchise. Always love those games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burnout. Yeah.
You know,
Free
when
and
I did it,
Paradise.
like when I was using
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
My bad.
the
Oh, yeah, no,
that
you're
was such
good,
an
man.
odd generation though. You had the PS3 and 360,
Yeah,
and neither one launched particularly well.
they were both very good.
They both had their own issues. Especially the 360 was kind of a disaster.
Red Ring
Everyone
of
bought
Death.
them, but
Oh yeah.
the Red Ring
no.
of Death was
Mhm.
a major issue.
But the 360, I would still argue.
I don't know how a console that had overheating issues, you had to use a battery pack on the controller. I don't know how it did so well, but it just did.
Because it was. I played a 360 a lot back in the day. It was genuinely just a good console.
Yeah, no, same
when it
here.
was working, you had great games. They looked great. The controller felt
Yeah,
good.
that's true.
It was
Forza Motorsports 4 still. I don't know how that game looks so good for being 15 years old, basically.
Oh, yeah.
genuinely really good. And then the PS3 was technically better, but no one could develop games for it. Was the problem because it was such a complicated console. But they
Yeah.
both turned it
Mhm,
around,
yeah.
and in the end, I think the PS3 beat the 360 in sales, but I'm not sure.
It did. Yeah, it did by like. Yeah, I think it did by like a 1 or 2 million, or I think it did beat it by that much.
So really not that much actually in the console world in terms of generations. Because Xbox has never
Yeah, no.
got that close to PlayStation since, I think.
Yeah, no, like after that, like it's been downhill for Xbox. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
they've never
original
been able to.
one was, that's a VCR. And now we can talk about the Kinect.
Yeah, no.
Kinect just was terrible. They released the Kinect on the 360.
Oh yeah, no.
It's terrible. Barely works.
Off.
And then they decide at launch,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna give the Xbox One its own Kinect.
And
And it still
wanted it.
still had the same issues.
It didn't work.
It
I
didn't work.
Oh, and you can't forget it had to connect. Remember, you can't forget that it was originally where you needed to connect for it to work,
It was. Oh yeah, true. And it. Oh yeah, that was awful. The Xbox One.
and you need
what
and you
could have
need to be
been.
online at all times.
Yeah, they messed that up
Like-
so bad.
Like the Xbox One had so much things going against
Yeah.
it, and the Connect was one of them. Like I think after the first year, they gave up. Like they finally pulled the plug on it.
Yeah, I remember. Once again, I remember. But I remember back in the day, my first interaction with a Kinect was they had this like hotel room, and you had like a place for kids, and it had an original 360 Kinect in there, and you could play like the sports games or whatnot, you know. And it worked so bad that I thought it was just something like they had made up for that specific hotel that was very cheap and stuff. And then I went home and I discovered that it was an Xbox official thing. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You can't be selling this to people. What?
Yeah, no.
I haven't owned too many Xboxes in my life,
Yeah, no.
but
Nope.
I don't know. They have good exclusives and everything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but they're giving the
The
exclusive.
one was a good console. The Series S, at that point,
Yeah.
the PS3 and Xbox 360 started the console wars, really.
Yeah, and that was the
That
closest
continued
they've
into
ever
the
been.
PS4
Yeah.
and the One.
And
but
nowadays-
Really,
Mhm.
once it reached the late 2010s, the console wars were over. Some people tried to keep them going, but as soon as the PS5 and Series X came out,
yeah,
and they started sharing, there's no more exclusives. Like they started sharing each other's exclusives.
Yeah.
The console
Yeah.
war died then, and it's just like, who cares what you play now?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
really, at some point, you're playing for
Yeah.
UI and controllers
yeah.
nowadays.
I mean, at that
Yeah,
point,
pretty-
yeah, it's also like
Yeah.
Xbox kind of realized they were in a bad position. I almost want to say they were like, why fight when we can work together and sell more games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It.
Mhm.
So now
And
we can
plus
talk about. I'm gonna
crossplay's
talk
been a
about the
thing,
PS5
so-
for a moment.
Oh,
So as you know, I have
Yes,
had
sir.
issues with the PS5.
yeah, I don't know how.
I've had
Yeah, I don't
multiple
know how
issues with it.
because I can.
I still believe you're just throwing the controller at brick
Listen,
walls or something.
I've had multiple controllers that have conked out. My HDMI port had to be replaced. Every USB port on the back is cooked. I still have the original gen PlayStation 5, so I can't put it vertically or I'm gonna melt the CPU. That's a real issue. That's a whole,
Yeah,
another story. I don't know how they managed to release a console that had that issue.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, it's been
Yeah.
a great console. The new Xbox has, the same games. The games look great nowadays.
Yeah.
They play great.
It's,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. No.
As you, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the PS5 for the hardware issues, but that's just me. Not everyone has those issues, is what it is.
Well,
But
you
it's
just-
still a
Yeah,
good
no, like-
console.
I
Can't go
like to
wrong with it.
imagine you're
No,
just
like, aside
sitting
from
like on a
control-
concrete floor with the thing. You throw the PS5 down, you throw the controller at it, and like, oh, why is it broken?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. I've had the PS5 for over a year now, and I've had no hardware problems with it, and I love the thing. Aside from controllers, but that's gonna happen. Like same thing's been happening with the Switch, but I don't use my Switch often, so that those controllers last longer.
Yeah, my Switch is still
But yeah,
perfectly
no, but
fine.
I love.
That's
Yeah, let's talk about the Switch.
That's what
I
surprised
want to talk about. So,
Yeah, you know what?
the Switch is the most interesting console I think ever released.
Yeah,
I think the whole premise
100%.
is amazing,
It's such a
where
good
it's a mix
Oh, yeah,
of
that's
home
awesome.
console, mobile.
Yeah.
Nintendo
mobile.
absolutely cooked with that
Yeah.
idea. I hope whoever got a raise for whoever came up with the idea.
Yeah. I mean,
The-
it's so good. They made
Yeah.
a direct sequel.
One issue I have,
Oh.
the Joy-Cons are terrible.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, but I've
oh, yeah,
never
no,
had
you're-
an issue with drift or anything.
The drift is ridiculous.
I still
on
have
them.
the original.
I've had
Oh,
mine
yeah,
for
no.
years now, and I've never had any issue with that. Genuinely. I don't.
Bro, I have the original Joy-Cons that came on my Switch, and they drifted like a lot. They drifted a lot.
Yeah, especially
And
the
also,
left stick. Like,
Yeah.
as you know, we'll talk about more in later episodes. Huge Zelda fan.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, great game.
Mhm.
But the issue is it's so hard to play because my left stick keeps drifting and Link's, run into Uzbekistan for no reason. I don't understand, what's what's the goal, but that doesn't make any sense. But either way,
No.
I've had lots of issues with the drift. Besides that, the Switch, great console, a little underpowered.
Yeah.
I don't know how they managed
Yeah.
Yeah.
to basically essentially make an iPad run Breath of the Wild and it looks that good,
Yeah.
or Mario Kart or whatever it
Yeah.
may be.
I mean, it's underpowered
But-
by design, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because they're not directly
Yeah.
competing with the.
All
Yeah.
the Nintendo's exclusives look great and run great,
Yeah, for sure.
but when you start getting
Yeah.
I tried Overwatch out on it,
Yeah, no, that doesn't.
and it looked
Oh.
horrific
Yeah.
and it ran horrific, but Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
all their exclusives looked and ran great.
Yeah, but that's what the Switch 2
Um,
is for now. The Switch 2 is
um,
basically the Switch, but with more horsepower, so you can actually use it for Overwatch and those types of games.
Yeah,
And I was about to say, I was saying that like a lot of Switch games look good. Like I will agree, but like as soon as we started getting later down the Switch's lifespan, they started like Nintendo exclusives to me started running worse and started looking worse. Like I've noticed that the most with the Pokemon Scarlet and Legend ZA. Like those games, they don't look the best and they run pretty bad.
Yeah, but that's
Like you need a
yeah.
Switch 2 to run those games pretty good.
Yeah, I mean those were mainly developed for the Switch too. So
yeah. I would
Yeah,
like
but-
to get a Switch 2. The issue
Yeah,
is
but
I have enough money for a Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's just like, do I want to drop $400 and play only a few exclusives?
because it's still
Yeah,
a Switch.
Yeah, that's the
I want
mentality
to. I want to
have.
play. Like the only game on it right now that I would want to play is Bonanza, but Tears of the Kingdom I can play on my first Switch. Metroid Prime 4 I can play on my Switch. I've
Mhm.
played Mario Kart World.
Yeah,
it
What do you think, Jenny? I want to know.
whenever we get to Nintendo games someday, I think Mario Kart World has issues, a lot of issues. It's a fun game, but I don't like its structure. I don't know. Its structure, races
yeah,
and all
no,
that.
Yeah, I'm still on the 8 Deluxe, and I like that. I think that works.
yeah,
fine.
no. Honestly,
It
I like Mario
just-
Kart 8 Deluxe more. Like, I play Mario Kart World, and it's good, but like, just something off about it that I just can't describe. And I just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I've never played Mario Kart World, I'll be honest, but from what I've seen, 8 Deluxe just looks like a more well-rounded
It
game,
is. I
think.
love 8 Deluxe. I think 8 Deluxe is a great game.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
Mario-
8 Deluxe. 8 Deluxe is great.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is great. Yeah.
It's probably
Like,
my-
I played that almost every day with my friend at school.
Yeah.
Like we love it so much. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
probably the Mario Kart game I've sunk the most hours into. It's genuinely really good.
But yeah, no, like,
let
I
me
do
think.
agree with Will there. I would get Switch 2, but like,
There's
I just need more games to justify buying it. Like
no incentive.
there's the only ones I can really
No.
think of. Yeah, like
I hate to
the
say,
only ones
I
can
don't really
think of that
know.
I would want.
Besides money, I don't know why they released it.
It's more
Um,
powerful. That's the only
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know.
It's just so exactly like you said, so you can run Overwatch and stuff. That's what it's for. It's not for the exclusives, because those can run on
Yeah.
a regular Switch.
Because
too, at
what
this
I
point.
think's gonna happen someday is one of the main console people are gonna drop out,
it's gonna be
and
Microsoft.
Steam, the Microsoft's gonna drop out. I think gonna team up with Sony to make a true great console, and Steam's gonna step up
Mhm.
and start making their own console.
They
Which I think they
Oh, they-
are
oh, they've
making
already
it
done
right.
that.
Like
making
as
it,
we
yeah.
speak, they are making one.
Yeah.
So I think my theory
Yeah,
is
but
if the big three is going to change to, I guess Valve, Sony, and Nintendo will be the big three.
yeah. The thing is, I've seen
yeah, but
the
here's
Steam
the thing
console,
with the Steam console.
and it looks bad. I'm not gonna lie. And not only is it just ugly,
Yeah, no, like
but the controller looks awful. It looks like one of those old
Oh,
controllers
yeah.
with a number pad, except it doesn't have a number pad. It just has something for
Yeah.
your thumbs. It doesn't look good.
touchpads, pretty much like touchpads.
It's about the same price
Yeah.
as a
Yeah,
big
no, and
PC.
also-
So why not just get a PC?
Like a
and play
regular
Steam games?
PC, pretty much like
Yeah.
a regular gaming PC.
So why not just get the gaming PC to play Steam games? I don't see the value in this thing. There's no exclusives or anything. Obviously, it's just gonna be
Yeah, no, like
powerful PC.
like, as a
which-
concept, it's a cool idea, but it just doesn't work, especially with the price they're going for. Like,
yeah, it just isn't worth. If you could have a Steam
Yeah,
console, not a
like-
Steam Deck, but if you could have a Steam console for around the price of a PS5,
yeah, it's just gonna be left
It'd
there in
be
the
good.
dust because
but it
no
won't
one's
be.
gonna drop.
Honestly, Steam should work with Microsoft. I would say, and they should make a console together. You get a Steam console, you get Microsoft Store exclusives and whatnot, and you get a good controller, because that's what Xbox does really well. I will admit, as a
Mhm.
PlayStation fan, Xbox makes good controllers. So you get a good controller with it, and you get a relatively affordable.
Mhm.
You get a market rate price, and I think you have a good console. But this isn't it.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, and plus like that price point being like $1,000,
Yeah.
that kills any sort of momentum it could have. Because why would you spend $1,000 on that when you could just buy a PS5 for half the price?
Yeah.
If you just want to
Yeah.
run games, then you could just do that. Like, that's the only thing I think the Steam console has going for it, is that you can run older games on it. That's the only thing I really think it has going for it.
Yeah.
And free online play.
Like, honestly, but what is the, like, why not just get a PC and then save up a little more for a Steam Deck, so you have the PC to play the games and then the Steam Deck to play them portably? At these
Mhm.
prices, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter anymore. If you're willing to drop $1,000 on a console, you're willing to wait a little longer and get two things. It's not,
Yeah, I gotta talk about the scalper. So
Yeah.
the scalper situation during
Oh, yeah.
COVID for Xbox and the PS5 was crazy. So I went to a GameStop during COVID. It was like 2021. It was earlier in the year. So maybe call it like August or something like that. Might have even been closer, because when I actually got my PS5 was on Black Friday in 2021. But I went to a GameStop. I was like, do you have any PS5s? And they said no, but come Black Friday morning to a GameStop and you will most likely get one. And that's what I did. So I went to my local GameStop. It was like 6 a.m. It was like right as they were opening. And there's a line outside the building. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
So I get in the line and I'm waiting for the store to open. And they give us, a worker comes out. You know, we're all in masks. It's freezing because it's, November, the end of November.
Yeah.
And he's like, what console are you getting? And I said, PlayStation 5. And that's what they're asking. They said, do you want an Xbox or a PlayStation? And they gave us a paper, a paper with a number. And it said, this is what you're getting today. So they had a set amount of consoles to sell, which is ridiculous that the situation got to this point. But I had to get a numbered piece of paper that said, this is what number console you're getting, and you're going to get it. But it was a good bundle. It was like, I think it was like $600. It was the disc version. It was the disc version of the PlayStation, but it came with 3 games, a $20. It was a GameStop gift card. I don't remember the exact amount. And then you got a full year of PlayStation Plus for $600.
Oh, damn.
It worked out, and I was like, that's a really good deal. But still, the fact that the situation got to that point during COVID,
it was really bad. Yeah,
it was bad for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I remember hearing a lot about that, like the scalping situation. I just question why, like why would you do that? Like, just buy a whole bunch of consoles to sell them for a higher price. Like, that is so scummy.
Yeah, and it drove up
To
the
me, like-
regular sale prices as well, because the regular people who were just trying to sell them secondhand because they were done with them, they are also now charging way too much money just because scalpers are charging that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
It was a very odd situation.
Yep.
We haven't really talked too much about Nintendo. We're at 41 minutes, so we can do a little Nintendo run.
A little bit of Nintendo.
I think eventually when we're going to talk about individual game series, eventually.
We'll get there.
Next episode we'll probably not do something video game related.
No.
Either way, we can talk about Nintendo real quick. So we went over the Wii, Super Nintendo. So let's do a switch. Let's do the ones we haven't talked about. So talk about. I think the GameCube we can kind of skip. Unfortunately, the GameCube was a great console, but
very underrated.
It underrated. It didn't sell very well somehow. And we can talk about Nintendo's very interesting consoles: the Wii U, and the Nintendo 64.
The Wii U.
So we'll say Nintendo 64 for last because I think that console is very interesting. The Wii U. So I love the Wii. I love the Wii U GameCAD. I think it's one of the most comfortable controllers I've ever held.
Okay. The way I see the Wii U is, from every possible aspect, it's not that good. It wasn't as good as its competitors. The controller, to me at least, was a bit bulky. It wasn't that good. But I have so many good memories of the thing that I'm like, I like the Wii U. I don't hate it. I like it. It's a fun console to play. You have fun games.
It had some good. The issue is it has some good games, but at the same time, it kind of didn't have any games. No. It had a lot of the same. It had a lot of the same games as the PS3, the PS4, and Xbox One. It just played them worse.
It also took very long to get like proper exclusives like Smash Bros and Mario Kart and stuff like that out. That was also
and then
really an issue.
By the time a lot of those games came out,
the Switch was already
remakes were coming out. I honestly bought a Wii U.
The remasters, and they were.
Yeah, I bought a Wii U for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess's remasters, and I think at that point the Switch was out. I already had a Switch at that point. I just got the Wii U because it was a good deal at GameStop. You can get a used one.
Yeah, the problem is,
it's just I don't know. It was just a odd console. It didn't really have that many games.
Yeah, the problem. Yeah, it's just all the good all the good Wii U games eventually just came out on the
Wii U
Switch
games.
anyways as the deluxe games, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's been kind of taken out of history because why would you get it when you can get a Switch with all the good games, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a shame because there is some value in the Wii. I think the concept was cool, but it was a bit flawed. And it could have been better had they executed it better.
Yeah, no, like the marketing, it was pretty bad. Like I feel like the Wii U was missed potential. Like
For sure.
it had a lot good going for it, but Nintendo ruined it by like the name Wii U and the advertising.
Yeah, people
I
genuinely.
think if they did a better job naming the console,
Yep.
I think if they did a better job naming the console and did better with the advertisements, I think the Wii U could have been a pretty good success. Like nothing crazy. I think it probably would have been around like 40 to 50 million sold instead of the 14
Yeah, it was.
it has
nothing.
sold, which that's just crazy to think about.
It was like, okay, yeah. With the Wii U, the thing is, people genuinely at the time just thought it would be like an attachment for the Wii, like you get the tablet.
Well, it kind of was. You had the backwards compatibility with the Wii.
Yeah, but
It basically had a Wii built in.
yeah, but people didn't know. People thought, oh, I'll buy a tablet and I can use the tablet on my Wii, and suddenly it's a full price console. People weren't expecting that.
It sold horribly.
Yeah.
And once again, it didn't have that many games on it. Like you had a couple Marios. You had Mario 3D World. You had Mario Kart 8 came out on it. And for some reason they released Breath of the Wild on it.
Yeah,
at
Super
the same
Mario
time
Brothers
as the Switch Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it was originally gonna be Wii U, but
Yeah.
they took too long and they were like, oh, might as well
Yeah.
put it on the better
I think
console.
the Switch was to make up for the Wii U, and that's why it released so much earlier. 2017 or so.
For sure.
But yeah, the Wii U just very interesting. I don't think it's a bad console, but it's not the greatest either. It's just kind of there. But we can go on to Nintendo's probably besides the Switch, their most interesting console, the Nintendo 64. So
For sure.
they got 3D games on cartridges, which at the time, we talked about earlier. You had the Dreamcast and the Saturn, and the PlayStation, which were all disc. And Nintendo was like, cartridges, there you go. And then you have the funky controller design, the expansion pack.
Ooh.
And yet, I love the Nintendo 64.
The Nintendo 64 has so much character. It's amazing. I love it.
It is a goofy little goober.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a goober of a console.
Yeah,
that's exactly. You put it into words.
Yeah, you can't
It's a goober.
Yeah, no, you cannot hate the N64. Like it's too goofy of a console for you to hate. Like everyone loves the N64 in my opinion.
Its controller is very interesting. I love the idea. I could see what Nintendo's trying to do. They said you can have two ways to hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is that most people do not really pay attention to how they're holding the controller, so it doesn't work.
No.
But if you do, it does work.
My biggest issue on the console is not the control. Well, actually, it is the controller technically.
What is it?
But it's not the controller's design. It's actually really simple. I despise the thumbstick they used.
Oh, it's very
that little
thin.
plastic thumbstick on the Nintendo 64 is janky.
That was awful.
My thumb, I played a lot of Ocarina of Time, and you run a lot.
Yep.
You run across Hyrule Field. I'm holding down that stick the whole time. My finger starts hurting.
Did you know?
Like that console, the stick was. Ugh.
In one of in the first Mario Party game, I believe, they had a mini game where you had to like spin the thumbstick a lot, and people
where you have to like put your palm on the joystick.
People use their palms to turn it a lot, and it genuinely caused like wounds in the hand.
I'd imagine that
because people were spinning so much, it was insane.
But the Nintendo 64 had so many good games. You had Mario 64, fantastic game. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, both
fantastic
masterpieces.
Absolutely.
The original Smash Bros, great game.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. for sure.
GoldenEye. Yeah, GoldenEye's a great game.
Absolutely.
You had
Yeah.
Mario Kart 64. You had Mario Party come out.
Yeah.
You know,
like the first three or
You had
something
Paper Mario.
came out there. Yeah.
strangely no Metroid game. Which is interesting. They kind of
Star
skipped
Fox 64.
Oh yeah.
Star Fox 64, great game.
They were making a Metroid 64,
Wipeout.
but they didn't release it. Was never
Kirby,
released.
Dreamland, I think, is Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, which
Mhm.
came out on the PlayStation, but Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is on there.
Yeah.
Both the first and second game.
Genuinely, it's such a good console. So many legendary games.
Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, obviously.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
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 Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Okay.
Holy cow, they're
yeah.
cooking.
They are.
Yeah.
It's a great console. I'm looking at mine right now. I still have it. That's the second console I've owned.
Mhm.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's a great console.
I think I still have my original N64 when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, it is. It is a great console. I
You know,
wish
Yeah, no. the
I could
N64
find
is
a Nintendo
amazing.
64 DD. That would be really cool. I know those are extremely, extremely rare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I know that would be really cool to find. I doubt I'd ever find a game for it, even if I ever found the console. Pay $1 million for it. I think that would have been if the DD made it over to the Americas. I don't know how well it would have done. Obviously, it didn't even do well in Japan, so clearly I guess it wasn't that good. But yeah, the Nintendo 64, Nintendo cooked with it. And
Yeah.
we could really go on about older consoles, but maybe we could say that for another day. We're getting pretty late into
Definitely.
to yapping,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
we love video game consoles.
For sure.
Do you have? Let's all before we end.
Yes.
Let's all tell what our favorite console of all time is, if we haven't already. Just
All
say it
time?
real quick.
Okay.
KR. Yeah.
Bit of a weird pick, but I'll say the PS4. And a great lineup and very nostalgic.
KB Fane.
I think this is
But-
recency bias, but I gotta go with the PS5.
Oh.
And I'll go with the PlayStation
I know it's
2.
very recent, but
Get a PS2,
Yeah,
PS4,
it just
and PS5.
there you go. We like PlayStation. All right, well,
That was
that's
it.
that. That's the end of yapping.
Wrap it up.
We'll be back hopefully next week and
Mhm.
yap again. I don't know what the thing will be about, but thanks
Mhm.
for joining us. Hopefully we didn't yap too
Mhm.
much, but that's the name of the game. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're the
Yep.
Yankee, the Redneck, and the Dutchman. Love the name. Quite long, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. Take care, and we'll be back.
Goodbye.